Welcome to the Super Bowl of Wine. This is New York's wine experience. Wine Spectator is behind it. I'm here with Tom Matthews, executive editor of the magazine. Nice to see you here once again.
Thank you for coming back. I don't blame you for coming back.
So why is this the Super Bowl of Wine?
We have 267 wineries from 15 countries pouring their very best wines. And for a wine lover, it's just like heaven.
And for these wine lovers that are here tonight, they can experience in a few hours essentially a trip around the world and trying all sorts of varieties of wine.
They can take it like a dinner party and have a great champagne, Dom Perignon, and finish with a great vintage port. Or they can focus on Cabernet from Napa and taste the 10 best Cabernets. Or they can have a $1,200 bottle of wine just to see what it tastes like.
That is your most expensive wine being poured here tonight. You tell me about that wine in particular.
That wine is Chateau Mouton-Rothschild from Bordeaux, the vintage 2010. Great vintage, 98-point rated wine, first growth of Bordeaux, just a fabulous benchmark of the wine world.
So how do you explain to somebody who is new to the wine world what makes a wine worth $1,200 versus a wine worth $50?
Well, your listeners are financial people. Supply and demand is a big part of it. Mouton has been famous as in Bordeaux for over a century, but they work very hard to make sure that every detail is perfect and the wine that comes out is the best it can possibly be.
Tom, how many glasses do you go through on a night like this? How many glasses of wine will we consume here?
We're going to have about 3,000 people here tonight, and probably each of them will taste 30 or 50 wines. So they'll put a few glasses down and a few glasses up, but we figure 3 cases per winery, 267 wineries, you do the math.
Yeah, that's a lot of numbers that we're adding up here. What do you love about this event?
It's really the people. Wine is all about people and hospitality and sharing and enjoying. Many of the people here, the attendees, have been here for 10 or 20 years. Many of the producers have been here for 10 or 20 years. So it's like a family reunion, like a wedding. Great feeling.
Wine Spectator's been in business now for 40 years. You started as a daily newspaper. Now you're a nice glossy magazine and kind of the wine Bible. What have you learned over 40 years of wine reporting?
I've learned that every vintage is a new surprise, and you never know where quality is going to come from. The benchmarks work hard, but then the newcomers. We have wines from Virginia. We have wines from Israel. We have wines from Greece. There's quality coming from everywhere, and the people want to share and learn.
Red versus white. Do you weigh in on that?
Well, our readers do, because the vast majority of wines here are red. But we have champagnes, we have sweet white wines, we have great white burgundies, so there's a little something of everything for everybody.
How do you see wine evolving over the next year? Will we see wines from countries we never saw before, or states in the U.S., or is there something else that wine lovers should be thinking about in the future?
The great thing about the United States is we're a thirsty nation. Per capita consumption has gone up every year for the last decade. We consume more wine than any other country in the world. So everybody that makes wine wants access to our wine drinkers. And our wine drinkers are smart. They look for value, they look for novelty, they look for quality. And so if you can make a good wine, you can sell it in the U.S., and there's always going to be something new on the shelf.
And we should point out, too, when you look at this crowd, it runs the gamut in terms of age and where people are from. So wine is not, there's no barrier to entry in terms of enjoyment.
Exactly. Although I will say we jacked up the price. It's a $365 ticket, but it's all for charity. This event funds the Wine Spectator Scholarship Foundation, which has raised $20 million through this event alone over the last 35 years.
So when this event is over, what will you pour yourself to celebrate a successful weekend?
Well, I'm a champagne guy, so something crisp and cold and bubbly sounds like a really nice way to celebrate.
It does. Tom Matthews, great to talk to you again. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.